guys are ballers. All my guys are ballers.
Keep going.
All my guys are ballers.
How many guys?
Give me the beat. All my guys are ballers. Hey, all my guys are ballers. Hey, all my guys are ballers. Got ballers.
Hey,
all my guys are whoa. Whoa.
But what else, man?
That's
Other
it.
than you guys are ballers.
I'm trying to do the promotion for my homeboys. You feel me? Because they're ballers. I'm just around. I'm like the coach.
You the coach of the ballers?
Yeah, I'm just the coach of the ballers. You feel me?
None of these guys are ballers. But anyway, welcome back, guys. This is the Do Not Disturb podcast.
Hey.
Once again, I'm very late. I don't know what episode we're on. I think Mac might know.
32?
Yeah, 32.
All right.
32.
Welcome back to Do Not Disturb episode 32. We are all in the building today.
You did.
Thank you guys for returning. If you guys are new, I am Kris, aka Briss, aka Auntie Briss, aka Briss if you nasty.
Yo, it's Mackie.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
That's my Jadakiss laugh.
Nah, but you got it's just.
Nah, I can't do that. That's copyrighted.
Oh,
Come on, son, man.
I feel you.
Come on, we got the Apple deal. You feel me?
Oh, no, yeah. Shout out to
Chill
Apple.
out.
Okay, we'll announce that later. All right, guys.
It's Chin. It's Chin. These niggas want to make noise. It's like, nah, it's Chin. Feel me? Holla at your boy. It's me.
Alrighty. And it's your boy Banana the G-O-D. Remember me.
That's a good one. All right.
Don't remember him, please.
Please remember me.
Please do. That means that you're coming back to the show. Shit.
Exactly.
Anyway, if you guys heard in the intro, you know what we were saying a little bit. We are now officially on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
This is where all the drops would go.
It's been a long time coming. Yes, it has.
Insert drop here.
Right. It's been a long time coming, so please go subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts so you guys can get the update on when we drop all of our episodes and listen to all of the other past episodes that we have recorded. All 31 of them.
Do it now.
Do it.
Yeah, do it now, please.
Do it now.
Just do it.
We'll enjoy them, I promise. But how has everybody been? How's everybody been living?
You feel me? We've been chilling. How we chill? You know what I'm saying?
How did we chill?
Chilling like
from
this.
93 till.
In fifth?
This is how we chill from 93 till.
So I was just cooling for like a whole year since I was born in 92.
Exactly. You was just in a hyperbaric time chamber
I was
joint.
just
Hyperbolic.
waiting out that year.
Whichever one you want to do. He was there. He was in both.
No, like, updates that you guys have been up to or anything special?
You the one with the
or
updates.
anything?
Y'all the ones with the updates. You two to my right. You talking about
Updates.
Y'all the ones with the updates.
I mean, I feel like all four of us here have something substantial that we can
Yeah,
say.
but y'all go.
Well, how about we start with you since I
Yeah,
was...
yours is the
I
pretty
was not...
momentous
It's
thing
not.
to
But
life.
it's not.
We losing this nigga Johnny B.
No.
He lost a good fight.
Let's not just start with me.
Oh, yeah,
We're
facts,
gonna
yeah.
No, yeah, we're gonna end with you because yours is like the boom, boom, boom. You feel me?
If you say so.
But anyway,
If you say so. Look at modesty.
yeah, modesty.
Oh,
The fuck out of here, man.
I
This
think
nigga
Briss
Johnny
has-
be the fuck
Briss
out of here.
has- Briss has a lot to be proud of. And I want to hear...
Say
Wow.
Whoa.
Nah, he's been a dick all day. He told me to take my verse off of my own song.
Yikes.
Damn.
Can I be a
would
friend?
sound- it probably would sound a lot better.
Nah. Can't even be a brother.
Exactly.
Touching me?
But anyway, guys, last Thursday, February 21st, was the second volume of my event, Gendercide, with Carly. It was an amazing turnout. Like, I just appreciate that everybody that came. Chin was the DJ once again, set the vibe for the whole event. Thank you so much to Chin. It was really, really great. Like, everybody just seemed to be, like, really in the mood, you know? Like, the conversation was really great. A lot of, you know, back and forth conversation between the panelists and the audience, whatever it may be. A lot of people were lit. Thank you to the bartender, Eli. Thank you to all of the panelists that were involved. Thank you to everybody that came. And it was lit, you know? Like,
Who made up the drinks?
Eli did.
That dangerous woman?
But me
Woo!
thought of the names.
That dangerous woman was.
Which is the one with the orange juice? I think that was Kiss of
That
Life.
was either Kiss of Life or Pussy Juice.
Pussy juice was the mimosa.
Yes, the mimosa.
I like Kiss of Life a lot. Kiss of Life was my joint.
Thank you. I thought of the name. Shout out to Sade, please.
There you go.
Yeah, we need that.
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope.
Alright,
I apologize that I couldn't.
It's okay, you know. I know you had a pretty big momentous.
We're big. Yeah.
A lot of planning to do.
Yeah.
A lot of racks to spend.
Not even. I mean.
No.
But we're gonna get to that in
and
just a minute.
quadruple
We're gonna get to that in just a minute, Chin. I know that you dropped a little thing with Chin Brown about our fellow brother who.
Oh yeah. Me and my boy, my partner, his name is also Chinadu. We dropped a freestyle.
What's the name of your group?
EastCoastWorld. We dropped a freestyle.
Okay.
Yeah, you can follow us on
I thought it was
Instagram.
gonna be called the Chinnadoos.
I mean, that's definitely gonna be the name of the greatest hits. But
That's a good one.
right. But yeah, nah. So like in October, it was a story that really hit home. I'm not sure if many people heard about it, but there was like he's a 30-year-old man, and he apparently had like mental health issues, and he was a father to a young girl, and basically like he was outside, you know, and you know he got tased by the police officers, and they killed him. You know, so we were just trying to like raise awareness because like, you know, you hear about these Black Lives Matter stories and stuff happening all the time, and like, you know, you feel it as a black person, like you feel it, but like when it's somebody that's like, you know, raised the same way you were, like you grew up the same culture, you feel me, like Igbo people worldwide are basically raised the same, and we have the same first name, you feel me, so it's like I wore that a little bit harder than the other ones, you feel me. I didn't think I could feel these types of things deeper than I already did. But then, like, when that happened, I was just like, shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it hit home, like, way harder. You feel me? So, yeah, rest in peace to Chinadu.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah, but Johnny B! Come on, man.
Yeah, you gotta me chime in after that
yeah, gloomy, man. With
that
every, you know,
after every storm comes sunshine.
Every death there's life, man. Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
See, first of all, I know these so-called players wouldn't tell you this.
Hey!
But I'ma be real and say what's on my heart.
This is what's on my heart.
Making love to just anyone ain't happening. No, I loved you from the start. Hey, when you think about all the years we put in this relationship.
Break it down.
What we make it this far? When you think about baby, us having some babies. Come on, won't you be my lady?
What's going on?
Oh, that one we didn't do the remix and do the remix.
My bad. That's the one I know. That's the one I know.
I didn't even get to the chorus.
But that's my favorite part, though.
But y'all know what this song is about, so you might as well make your announcement now.
I guess, yeah. So, finally, after 10 years of heavy consideration.
10
years of heavy consideration.
Never rush, everybody.
You know, I decided to go ahead and propose to my now fiance, then girlfriend, Sirmana. So she did say yes. That's why they're clapping.
Word.
Otherwise,
I would clap for her. She said no.
Right. Yeah. So
clapping for single like that'd be crazy.
So that was.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
My
Thank you.
I've been waiting to attend the wedding, so like.
It was a fun. Yeah, no, absolutely. Everybody here is gonna be invited. I shouldn't say everybody is invited. I'll leave it. Everybody here.
Niggas is gonna pop up. Talking like, yo, you Johnny B. Oh, good looks.
Oh, I heard about this.
The wedding, yeah. Shout outs.
Okay, look at me inviting myself.
But it was a fun weekend. I decided to do it on her birthday.
Oh,
yeah, so it was
look at
Saturday.
this guy.
It was her birthday. So I tried to make it a little more.
That's not corny?
Doing
big shit like that on girls' birthday?
Else's parade right
now.
No, I'm just asking a question.
Because he knows that I'm really anti-cliche. So for me to do something,
yeah, that's
really
why I asked.
There has to be like a good reason for it. I mean,
because time out. I'm gonna tell the story because I saw the video. This nigga Johnny B came to some wilderness train tracks.
Wilderness and
that shit look at the same time.
It was neither in the
I don't even know how you found that in Jersey City. Like, I don't even know where you was at.
Because it's my city, bro.
Yeah, I feel you. So anyway, he's like, you know, Zio. We've been knowing each other for all these years.
Yeah. With the same voice.
And I brought you to the same place where I asked you to be my girlfriend.
My girl.
And now, I'm going to ask you to be my wife. I said, oh, this nigga Johnny B is for real. I'm watching the video.
Yeah, I
This shit already happened. I'm thinking, yo, he's for real. Shit, but shout out to my nigga Johnny B.
Yes,
appreciate it.
congratulations.
I got a wife handshake.
I appreciate it. Thank you. That was a very firm handshake. You want a handshake too?
We got hugged.
Oh, okay. I was gonna give you a handshake just to continue the handshake lineup.
The handshake lineup.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
man.
matrimony, man.
I had
Facts.
to remind Zio that day that
That you were
reason
engaged?
why-
That's crazy.
No. It's funny.
Remind me who
I hate you.
am.
I had to remind her, hey, do you remember me? 51st dates. So I had to remind her that the reason why I asked her out in that spot was because that was where we had our first kiss. So I made it come
Look at this
full
nigga,
circle.
man.
Whole time.
Bow.
This nigga's killing the game.
No.
For the first grandchild, he's gonna be like, yo, I'll take you to the same spot.
This
This is
First
where-
grand, baby. Ah!
You know what I'm saying? This is where it all went down, man.
Wait, time out. I have a real question. Do niggas really like Adam Sandler? Because you mentioned that 51st Dates, and I've been thinking about this.
Oh, I
How many good Adam Sandler movies are there?
I'm very anti-Adam Sandler.
Same.
That's
Very,
How many
very
good?
anti.
I was a fan,
I'd
but
say at
What's the
most
joint
two.
with Selma Hayek and them?
Grown Ups
That shit is
and Grown Ups
fire.
2. Fire.
Oh, I was gonna say, what's that movie?
Longest Yard.
Longest
Yeah.
Yard.
Fire.
Longest Yard is
That one.
awesome.
Fire.
I'm
All right,
not-
that's it though,
That one.
right?
Nah.
You gonna give him Happy Gilmore?
Waterboy was hard.
I was gonna say
Waterboy.
I was
Okay.
gonna say Longest Yard and Waterboy,
Happy
and that's it.
Gilmore.
Happy
Which
Gilmore.
one is the
No,
hottest?
no.
Mr. Deeds.
No, but you
Yo, Mr. D's
No,
was
but
Mr. Deeds.
were they good because
Like,
of
Mr.
Adam
Deeds.
Were all of
Adam
these good
Sandler's
because
Eight
of
Crazy
Adam Sandler?
Nights.
I didn't see that one.
Were all of these good because of Adam Sandler?
The movie
Yes,
was good.
I genuinely
No, Mr.
like
Deeds
Adam
I'll give you.
Sandler.
Longest Yard wasn't good because of Adam
But it
Sandler.
was
No.
good.
There were mad niggas in that movie, and
but
Grown
that's not
Ups
what
too.
she's saying.
That's
I
what I'm
think,
saying.
I think
Oh, yeah, I
every
agree.
movie
I
that
agree.
he's a part of is shot out of his like production
Yeah,
studio
it's
thing.
done through
His
that
Adam
Happy
Sa-
Happy Madison
exactly,
production
exactly.
company
But I'm
that
not
he
gonna-
has,
So technically,
which has an exclusive contract with Netflix now.
But that's swag.
So all of Adam Sandler's like stuff that's available and his new stuff is all Netflix.
Or like
Just-
click and all that shit.
But it's
So just like I wasn't watching Netflix before, it gives me more
reasons to not watch Netflix.
Which one?
now.
Which one is the one where he was the golf thing? Which one is that? Was that Happy
Well,
Gilmore?
then
That was Happy
Gilmore.
Gilmore.
I like that.
That
one,
was
too.
that
I
was
like Happy
that
Gilmore.
way where he went from beating people up playing hockey to
golfing.
beating people up on the golf
Exactly.
course.
I like that one too.
I am very anti Adam Sandler. I never thought he was funny. I will never think that he was funny. And I feel like all the movies that I've seen that I thought, okay, Adam Sandler's in this movie and it was good, they weren't funny or enjoyable because of Adam Sandler.
That's
I
fine.
get it.
So,
I mean,
like, I'm
that's
just
that's
not a
cool.
fan of
No, you can have. You're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah,
I don't
he's cool.
think there's some comedians that are funny that I'm pretty sure other people
Yeah,
find hilarious.
Absolutely.
Like
So-
who?
Oh,
What
they
that
got to square up.
people that
Who's funny?
that
who's not
is
funny?
that who's not funny that other people find funny.
Who's not funny?
I'd say Amy Schumer's kind of dry.
Oh my nigga, come on! So everybody hates it.
I'd
Like,
say Amy Schumer's
that's not fair.
Like Dave Chappelle.
I'm on the edge of my seat, like waiting for this.
I'm
Dane
talking about
Cook guy.
I'm talking about just comedians as a whole. What do you think I'm talking about? Icons? Comedy icons? No.
But she would be considered an
Adam Sandler's
icon.
an icon.
She's like an emerging
Adam Sandler-
icon.
Adam
Amy
Adam
Schumer-
Sandler's
is
an icon.
Amy Schumer wouldn't be considered an icon
She
I don't
will
think
be,
so.
but
to
not
to
at
white
this very
people,
moment.
not to
Not
us.
Amy
It's
Schumer
too
is
early
not
in her
an
career.
I think
It's
so.
too
I
early
think
in
like
her
Yeah,
career.
I think
she
I-
might be at some point.
Yeah, because I think like when I think of like white female comedian icons, I'm thinking like Kathy Griffin, like in that area.
Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, like
Yeah.
those.
Oh, okay,
people. I
okay,
feel like
okay.
Amy Schumer is like.
She's getting
Even
Sarah Silverman's
Yeah,
Silverman's
Sarah
funny,
Silverman's a
like-
big one too.
Shit,
funny?
I was in school
I
for
actually find Ellen
She's funny?
DeGeneres stand up to be hilarious.
She's great.
Also, if you actually
Oh,
know,
yeah.
like Ellen's real content is in her stand up. And
Do you guys
she's-
watch
she's
stand-up, though?
absolutely hilarious. Yeah, I'm a big.
I
comedy.
used to be big on stand.
like new ones though, not old ones.
Yeah,
I
both.
feel like I only watch them if I like the name who's like putting it out.
Okay.
Like I watched Dave Chappelle's, I watched Chris Rock's, I watched Cat Williams, but those are because I like those people. But like if somebody like off the record, like what? Gabriel Iglesias, like someone like that.
That nigga is not funny.
I heard
Gabriel
Iglesias is hilarious.
I'm not gonna watch him because I was never like a fan of his. I don't dislike him, but I never.
He's
like,
not funny to me.
Oh
no, it's not him.
material.
It's Carlos Mencia.
Or him.
But Carlos Mencia has been ousted by everybody in comedy.
Really?
Because he was found stealing other people's material.
Oh, that's trash.
And Joe Rogan put him on the spot.
Yo, Joe Rogan. I actually wanted to talk about Joe Rogan too, but back to comedy.
Yeah, because we had a tangent once we said Adam Sandler.
Yeah, no, we can still be on comedy because I wanted to talk about the recent things with Steve Harvey and Monique.
Yeah, so I was going
Oh,
off.
look at the transition, your boy.
You getting better. I'm going off of information that you guys were giving me during our group chat when we were talking about that. I didn't like see a clip or read an article personally. Yeah. That piece of news missed me. So if you guys want to fill me in so that I could be 100% like in the know of what exactly was discussed between the two of them.
I don't know what's discussed. I don't know really.
What was the conversation before we talk about what Steve Harvey said? What was the conversation?
So Steve Harvey has always been since like the 90s. If this is gonna get me the bag, I'll do anything to get the bag.
Okay.
Like he will give up his morals and dance in front of white people, chickadee chongo the chocolate chicken in front of white people.
That's interesting.
And just to get the bag, and will like forget all his black morals.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah, he said this on his stand-up.
He said it on his stand-up too.
He did stand it. Yeah, he said it.
He
said it's the monkiest
motherfucking monkey you'll ever see, and started doing the monkey sounds mad,
That's
loud.
crazy.
And these niggas was laughing.
It was kind of like scary.
Yeah.
Like it was just like
who exactly was he having this conversation with?
Monique, yeah.
In front of
Where
white
were
folks, in front of black
they were
folks,
on
in front
Steve
of
Harvey's show, I think.
like his talk
So
show.
this was excuse me. This was his platform, his show.
Yes.
Monique is a guest on the show, and through their conversation, he says,
"You're fighting like the wrong war. You're fight. What do you say? Like you're fighting the race war, but we're supposed to be fighting like the money war or some shit like that."
Because firstly, like to dive back a little bit, although Steve Harvey like grew up like, comedy wise in the eye of like black people, because he had like the Steve Harvey show, he had Kings of Comedy, all that kind of stuff. White people love him. He's the face of Family Feud. He has his talk show, which is in the daytime, which is predominantly white women who are housewives who are home.
so he's an acceptable black face.
Safe
so
black
he's an
person,
acceptable black face to white people.
Okay.
So his demographic doesn't necessarily match what he looks like. And also
Makes
the
sense.
people who grew up liking him as a comedian.
Yeah.
So somebody like Monique, who also, she can tailor, I guess, to both sides, but more so to the black community. Although she was blackballed by the black community.
She was blackballed? Excuse me.
Yeah, the whole Netflix fiasco.
Was that blackballing her though?
The community. I feel like the community kind of
they turned their back on her, but that's not black.
Gave her Donkey of the Day. Everybody was clowning Monique.
Everybody.
That doesn't mean that they.
She was blackballed before that too, though. Because she couldn't, bro. She made what, like 25,000 or 50,000 off of Precious? And she's the only person from that show to get an award, the most prestigious award that you can get from a movie, the Oscars. And the movie made maybe like 50 plus million on the back end, and she can't get work after that. But she's the only person on that joint that ever was like super like lauded because of it. She had a talk show after that, which was cool. But it's like in order for her to like get her real money, you gotta get it in movies. You feel me? Gabrielle Sidibe, who was like the topic of the joint, like she was getting mad other roles, but she didn't get any award from that joint. You know what I'm saying? Monique, Monique was kind of given the raw deal because she was paid. She was lowballed money wise, like on the initial payment, and then on the back end, she didn't receive any type of residual payment or like any type of like other big look that can display, you know what I'm saying, like her talent and all that shit.
Yeah.
Which Monique is talented.
Very.
Like, I feel like people try to underestimate her talent. Like, people was really fucking with Monique. Like, I don't understand why people saying they were not fucking with Monique.
I think it's because of I think it's because she's like very, very strong-minded. I'll say that, not to disrespect her. I think she's very like Like, it's either this way, I'm not doing it any other way anybody else is telling. I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to fight for the way I want to do it, which is all power to her. And I believe that you should do whatever it takes to win. But you shouldn't lose your morals. I totally agree with that.
Which is opposite of what Steve Harvey told
Which is opposite of what Steve Harvey told him. But what I will say is that if that's the case, if all these people are not going to give me money to do all this shit, what's the next thing to do? Go to the fans. She could have done tours on her own. She could have done them on her own. She could have brought the money together and it got investors somehow, some way. She could have. I'm sure she has people that would throw money at her to do a show or a tour or whatever, a nice little U.S. tour.
You don't know if she did or didn't, and legends aren't supposed to have to do that, bro. Like, that's what it is. Niggas that's like in a
but if you
level,
have
you're not supposed to have to do.
But
like your people should be like the ones holding you up and be like, yo, go get that, go get this, go get that. Not her people like us, like the fans and shit. Niggas like Steve Harvey that now is trying to be like, oh, I called you, we're having these conversations. People like Oprah that were having these conversations behind like cameras, like not on camera, not recorded. They're supposed to be the niggas like, all right, bet, I hear what you're saying. Here's the baton. Here's the baton. Here's the baton. From what she's saying, it wasn't happening. And Lee Daniels and all them niggas are not refuting that. You feel me? They're just saying, oh, we had conversations. Don't worry. Like, we're just going to stay low and then get through it. Nah, nigga, you're Oprah. You're Lee Daniels. You're Steve Harvey. Put me on, my nigga. I'm not a slouch. I'm not somebody that doesn't have any notches on their belt. I've been in this industry a long time. And I've done great things. Put me, like, nigga, put me on. Like, put me in position to make the layup. Like.
So is she saying that nobody would hire her to do anything after Precious?
What do you know that she's done after Precious?
But do we know that that's a result of her and her management, or is that a result of the industry?
Her husband manages her.
I think it's a combination.
Yeah, because in my opinion, because we don't know about the conversations that happen in executive offices behind closed doors. Especially
we can speculate.
We can speculate, but like,
let's speculate.
How do we know that, like, let's just say the people at Netflix don't see value in a number of different people?
Well, the thing is that at Netflix, I think it's more of like, I can say put you into certain tiers. Yeah. And if you're Dave Chappelle, you're going to get Dave Chappelle money. And if you're Hassan Minaj, I don't know if
I know who you're talking about.
Patriot Act.
Nigga's hilarious. If you're Hassan Minaj, I think it's funny. I think it's funny.
Chin is giving.
Oh, fine.
Chin is giving the face.
Fine. Trevor Noah,
hilarious.
You don't fuck with Trevor Noah?
You don't like Trevor Noah?
I fuck with these people.
Nah,
but
you don't fuck with them.
Funny?
Yeah.
No, Trevor Noah's hilarious.
Trevor Noah's funny, though.
I think he's clever. Very clever.
He's a smart guy.
He's funny.
Cat Williams is hilarious.
Did I say hilarious or I said funny?
He said
I
hilarious.
said hilarious.
Oh, okay. I said neat. I said funny.
Dave Chappelle is hilarious. Funny. Whatever you want to do it. Them niggas is like, they cool. Like, Trevor Noah is very good. Like, don't get me wrong. He had his writing is very good. The show is, I think that shit is like brilliant. You feel me?
What, the Daily Show?
Yeah, I think that shit.
I mean, they have a whole team of writers and all those other comedians that are on that show. They write those jokes too.
Yeah,
it's
I'm also so happy he was able to carry it after Jon Stewart.
Yeah, it's just watch his stand up.
Shout out to Jon Stewart's Jersey.
I'll watch his stand up shit, but like the stuff like it's very clever.
I think Hassan
to carry like a whole joint. I'll watch it again. Maybe.
I just think that, like, I don't know what these entities are using to gauge a person's value and how much they should pay them to perform XYZ. I mean, like, I was hearing arguments where people were like, how entitled are we allowing celebrities to feel about the work that they do? I'm not saying that Monique isn't worth what she's worth. I'm also not saying that Monique is a bad comedian or a bad actress or a bad anything. I think Monique is funny. I don't think she's the most hilarious comedian I've ever listened to, but I don't think she's a bad comedian, and I don't think she should be, bullied or you know what I'm saying, blackballed from anybody. But I don't know, do we fight like an entire culture and like their ideas on value, or are we just arguing a race thing? Which is why I understand why Steve Harvey might have said that, but that was a terrible, terrible, terrible way of getting that point across.
Right.
Because I get what he's saying. He's like, you're fighting the race war what if in that particular situation it wasn't necessarily a race issue? You know, what if it was just like, I don't know if we want to spend this much money on Monique.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what if they just genuinely didn't think she was
And why
valuable?
couldn't I don't know. I feel like Monique has always played the underdog, and she's gotten.
But she's not an underdog.
I understand, but what she could have done instead of, you know, she could have just taken the however I think it was 500,000 they were giving her, something like that.
Something, I don't know.
They could have gave her that. She could have taken that, doubled it, and been like, yo, I bet after I do this, I smash this shit. You got to give me a mad other specials for however much money, because then she would have the leverage at that point. People would be like, yo, when's the next? That's what I'm saying. So it's like. I understand the whole, she's a legend and she shouldn't have to do all that stuff. I totally agree.
Yeah, but
I totally agree.
If you're
but
stuck, you're stuck.
If you're stuck, the only way out, instead of like not crying, but pleading and saying, yo, help me. Like sometimes you just gotta help yourself.
You know how many retired rappers that don't put out music no more still doing shows every now and then?
Yo, Wu-Tang is on a constant tour. They're touring again.
You need to keep the revenue coming in, and
they're legends.
People pay for live performances because not that many people like to pay for music. You know what I'm saying? There's people that pay for their streaming services, but that's not the whole population yet.
Yeah.
So like, touring and doing something, putting the work in yourself is what's gonna get you the cult following. If she was doing a bunch of stand-ups or putting herself out there to do more comedy instead of like acting gigs or whatever the case may be, maybe Netflix would have been like, Monique's too hot right now, we have to, you know what I'm saying? She would have been in that category. In my opinion, it was just too quiet for her career for anybody to be like, here you go, all this money. Hopefully, you do a really good special.
Yeah.
I think the difference.
Them niggas said they have like risk assessment. Like people do risk assessment there. Like they're not just gonna throw. And I'm not saying that Monique.
I'm not saying
bad.
That
The Parker Show is one of my favorite shows. She's funny as hell. I totally agree that she shouldn't have to do all this shit, but the risk that they may take might have been higher if everybody was like, oh, that Monique special, I'm not about to watch that. If they gave her like 15 mil and that shit flopped, what happens then? Not saying that it would.
I think the difference in the situation is that she wasn't just denied by people that don't look like her. She was also denied by people that do look like her. So when you feel like you don't have anybody in your circle, it's like, why should I have the motivation to try to do shit if people that don't even look like me won't even support me? So I think that that's kind of where the difference is, and especially somebody like Steve Harvey who like is her contemporary. Like she was a queen of comedy, he was a king of comedy. Like they grew up in this comedy shit together. They're roughly around the same age. They did the same kind of shit. Both did TV, both I think did movies. I'm not sure about Steve Harvey, but they both did movies. Like they both did stand up. Like they're both literally in the same world.
I think
you know what I'm saying?
I think Monique's problem is that she thinks she's too famous to do a rebrand. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need to rebrand.
Yeah, sometimes you need that Joe Budden rebrand. Sometimes
rebrand of the wazoo over there. Like, there's just sometimes you need to rebrand. Sometimes your career isn't where you think it should be.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be at the top of your game your whole career. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not that many people that can say that.
Yeah, nobody's a man.
Yeah, like, your career's never going to be perfect. So you might have to rebrand. You might have to reach out to your audience or gain a new audience for doing something completely different. I just feel like she did a whole lot of whining and complaining during that time period instead of putting her money into producing herself and putting her own content out there, because it's not like she doesn't have a fan base that wouldn't pay her for it.
Yeah. That's my only thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, your fan base would pay you. Your fan base would pay you for it. You don't need Netflix to give you money for you to do it. You invest a little bit, like what you were saying earlier about finding people that are willing to invest.
Facts.
There's definitely
people
in the industry that would be willing to invest. Come up with a freaking show concept. Facts. And put that together. Your money with somebody else's money. This is my show and this person's show.
Or do a comedy off.
You know what I'm saying?
Some shit like that. Her versus mad niggas, and then just line them niggas up and just be beating all the niggas. I'm sure niggas would be like, yo, what's up?
It could be so many different things.
Let's cause let's just move on a little bit, because we've been on this Monique shit for like a long time. So
we were supposed to be talking about Steve Harvey.
Well, yeah, but fuck Steve Harvey though, because this conversation is not about Steve Harvey.
Now the Steve Harvey show is a classic. Let's take it easy. I'm lying.
Everyone's quiet.
Steve Harvey show is not a classic.
Because it's Cedric the Entertainer, for sure.
Fam, what?
And Romeo.
I mean, yeah, I don't go revisit the Steve Harvey show. To be honest. Like,
but I wanted to talk.
Old sitcoms do you revisit?
I've revisited what Martin. I've revisited.
Martin's on every day though.
No.
And yeah, it is. On MTV?
On BET.
And BET.
Listen, I don't
Okay,
pay
Martin,
for cable
Fresh Prince.
I don't watch Fresh Prince.
Yeah, Martin,
My
Fresh
Wife and
Prince.
Woo!
You revisit
A
them like
banger.
by yourself?
Revisit? Yeah, to
I watched
revisit.
My Wife and Kids?
2 months ago.
Yeah, for sure. My Wife and Kids is a classic. That's a classic. Steve
That
Harvey
one,
show?
yeah.
Steve
I
Harvey
don't think
show
I'm
is a
going
classic,
back to
my
watch.
nigga.
I want Jamie Foxx show. I'm rewatching.
It might be because I'm Latino, but like I go back and I rewatch like
Brothers Garcia?
No, not the Brothers Garcia.
Brothers Garcia. Brothers Garcia was lit. Todos para la familia. Everything for the family, son. That shit was lit.
Yeah, but
was funny.
because we mentioned Monique, I want to talk about. You know, we were talking about a lot of good things and bad things. Let's talk about some more good things that happened to some good black people. The Oscars just happened.
Oh, word.
Big shout out to fucking Spike Lee finally getting one.
Even though I still feel like he's still salty for some reason.
Because he didn't get Best Picture.
He should have gotten Best Director. If like it sucks that he didn't get it
Yeah,
for
he
like,
got
himself.
He got Best Adapted
Best
Screenplay.
Adapted
And he should have got Best Director. And I didn't see the Green Book, so I have to watch it.
Spike Lee
But-
needs a Lifetime Achievement Award from everything, as far as I'm concerned. That nigga has impacted culture so crazy over
I think
time,
he
bro.
will. I think he
Yeah.
will.
At the end of his career?
I think he will.
Fam.
Yeah,
For sure.
And I haven't even seen most of his movies. I just saw Do the Right Thing a couple years ago.
Same with me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I gotta
Like,
watch it.
from Malcolm X, Do the Right Thing, School Days, Jungle
Crooklyn.
Fever, Crooklyn. What's the other one?
Malcolm
Mo Better
X.
Blues, Malcolm X.
It's way overdue.
He Got Game.
He got game?
Yeah, man.
So it's very
Like-
way overdue.
Yeah.
But
Black Klansman was really good. Did anybody see it?
Did he do Black Klansman too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one that he won the Oscar for.
Oh.
That shit was really good.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
I didn't get to watch it.
I don't be doing the movies.
I feel
Me
you.
neither.
It was really good.
But shout out to him though.
Shout out to him. I did not know that.
Shout out to Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, I didn't know he was a rapper
Yes, my God.
That nigga
Or a
was
baller.
everything.
or a
Oh my
baller.
God, baller.
Exactly. Bringing it back
Look
into
at the
circle.
ah! I see what the title of the episode is. All my guys are ballers. Ah.
Mahershala, he wrote the lyrics.
Yeah, he did. That was him. That was definitely him on top of the ball. Oh my
No, but
god.
shout out to Mahershala because this is his second Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, which just means that we need to get him in a leading role.
Yes.
Which honestly, I didn't see Green Book. I'm not gonna see.
I'm gonna
Green
watch
Book.
it.
All I know is the fuckery behind it, and that makes me not want to watch it.
What's the fuckery behind it?
So basically, Mahershala's character should have been the lead role because the movie is about this guy's life, but it's told in the eyes of his driver, and they went behind Mahershala Ali's character's family's wishes to put the story out. Like they just said, "Fuck what they said. We're gonna release the movie anyway." Which it's a whole thing.
That's disgusting.
I don't support that at all. But
Can we get it on the bootleg? We have to find that.
Yeah, I might watch it though, cause it won
it won Best Picture.
Best Picture.
I watched
Like,
it.
I have to see why when
Mahershala's in it. I'm
like I saw Detroit. Detroit was really good too, but anyway, that has nothing to
We
do with
do
this.
need to get him in an actual leading role so that he can win Best Actor, so we can have another black.
What did he win?
actor,
Best Supporting?
Best Supporting for the second year.
You guys watch True
in a row, I
Detective?
believe. No, but I need to
No.
watch because Mahershala's in it, and I heard it's amazing.
Is it a movie or a show?
It's a
It's a
TV show.
show.
It's like the third season. Each season
He's-
they have like a different actor as like the main subject or whatever.
Oh,
I
okay.
heard Mahershala is fire.
Fan.
Yo, man, yes, thank you. I'm glad
That
you.
shit
I'm glad
is
you
hard,
reminded
bro.
me. Thank you for reminding me. Have you ever? I mean, you probably don't know, but I know this guy so well.
Really?
I've never
You don't
met
say.
someone who had such a disdain.
Dane.
Disdain.
Disdain.
Yeah, with a D.
Disdained
No.
Disdain.
Disdain.
Disdain. No, there's
For
nothing at the end
who?
of there.
for the police,
Oh God.
Really?
but he loves police shows. This nigga is an avid watcher of SVU.
Nah, not SVU. Not no more. Chicago PD.
Oh yes, Chicago PD, the rookie.
Oh.
That's all I see.
He said, "Oh."
Chicago is the one I see.
Nah, that's
No, that's Law and Order SVU. That's him. That was him though.
Oh,
But
duh,
Chi-
stupid.
Chicago PD.
Cool J.
That's
Hawaii PD.
Oh no, CSI
Hawaii.
Miami.
CSI. Which is one of them CSIs. Chinu don't watch that though. Chinu don't like the scientific the side. He likes them getting.
I got the rope right here. Nigga said, hang this nigga.
Yo, this nigga Chinu is hilarious. I have never in my life.
I don't have disdain for police. It's more like distrust than disdain.
That's fair.
So you watch them to study them. I see you.
Fam, one of the 48 laws about.
Not this whole shit tonight.
That's law number 25. 48 laws.
That Robert Greene fuck your mind up. Robert Greene fuck your mind up.
Oh my God.
Back to the Oscars. Mahershala won. Shout out to Regina King.
Yeah, shout out to Regina King.
Yeah, shout out to Regina.
Wow, she really went from the Boondocks to
the Oscars. That's crazy.
That's lit. She did Huey and Riley. That's lit.
That's tough.
And,
congrats.
Black Panther won a bunch of shit there. Best original score.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Ludwig.
Yeah,
that nigga was up there saying the African names like they were his own. I love it.
Yeah, his speech was fire. I'm not gonna tell you. They won best production design. The lady who won best costumes.
Wait. So sorry to cut you off. So his Black Panther album won, but Kendrick and them shit did.
No, he did the score, like the movie in the movie.
Yeah, like the orchestra.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah, and then.
But shout out to Kendrick for even being nominated for an Oscar.
Which is dope.
Word.
He won a Pulitzer Prize this year too. So
shout out to Kobe for winning an Oscar, man. Who's basketball player winning an Oscar?
Alright, so then
he's black.
They wish you won't live in the past.
They won best production design. I mean, how else are you gonna bring Wakanda together except for like Oklahoma, like whatever. They won best costumes. Finally, the woman who won best costumes, thank you, was she actually got her start through Spike Lee, which I thought was really cool. I think her first movie might have been Do the Right Thing or Crooklyn, one of those two. Mm-hmm. Malcolm X, maybe. So it's cool that she finally got her Oscar. I forgot, but there were a lot of black people or black movies or black entities that won that night. So shout out to all of the black people. It was a great night, and my mom actually said that it's the first Oscars that she's watched in her life where this many black people were represented as winners. So for that to have resonated with me clearly shows that there's some sort of growth, at least this year in the Academy. There still needs to be a lot of work, but
cool. I was just about to ask. So does that mean the Oscars are forgiven?
No, not at all.
For years for what? And years of not awarding the
no.
But they are
correct people.
They've done a better job. But I don't want it to be like they're doing a better job just because black people are winning. I want black people to win, of course, but I want black people to win because they deserve it. If a white man does a better job than a black man, it is what it is.
I mean, nobody's beating Mahershala, but I mean, that's just how it is.
Yeah, facts.
Shout out to all of you.
Yeah, no, for sure. We got a lot of shit to talk about. Oh, so I don't know if we never really talk sports, and I want to just.
Keep it that way.
You like sports.
He likes sports more than me.
You watch sports. You tweet about sports. You Instagram about sports.
Alright, man. Yeah, nigga, shit.
So I'm on.
You didn't do it at the end. Because I missed it.
Oh, my bad.
At the end.
Sheesh.
Just don't forget.
Anyway. So yeah, I'm a Lakers fan. Is it unfortunately? Man, this nigga LeBron is fucking us up, man.
I'm sorry.
I've been saying this for, before he got there, I knew this shit was going to happen. I knew nothing was going to change. LeBron is not in LA to play basketball. He's in LA to drop Space Jam 2. He's there to get his business, which is cool for him. Bron, not appreciate because I don't appreciate shit you're doing for the Lakers right now. Wow. But all the shit that you're doing for yourself, man, I definitely see that shit, and I wish you the best of luck. That being said, please trade yourself to the Pelicans so we can get AD and start winning again.
start winning again. How many wins did the Lakers have?
I'm not talking about last year's season. I'm talking about from when Kobe was there.
Talking about in general.
I'm talking in general.
Okay, when Kobe's last season, what was their record?
My nigga, I'm talking about.
You said Kobe and in general.
I'm talking about.
What was their record? Go look it up.
Are you done?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm saying I'm saying in general, and I'm saying since Kobe was in his prime, 2012. We wasn't in his prime in 2012. I'm not saying he was. I'm saying when he was in his prime, and in 2012 was our last good season. I'm sorry that I have to explain myself fully to make a long ass sentence for Chin to do a gumbo.
Not even that. You just are speaking incompletely.
Anyway, so yeah, LeBron, you need to leave the Lakers.
The first winning season in the franchise.
My nigga, we're only 2 games above 500, and we have the best player in the world. He did that shit. He went to the finals.
Yeah, but you also have Brandon Ingram.
So he went to the finals with fucking Mo Williams. Shut up.
In the East, when he was 22.
Look at this. Look at excuses.
Look at 22.
Look at excuses. That nigga went to the finals with nobody last year. He went to the finals with nobody last year.
But was he injured?
I don't think LeBron was really injured.
You don't think he's injured right now?
No.
Have you been watching them? It really doesn't even matter. I don't care. I really don't care. D-Wade hit a buzzer beater last night. And my real nigga.
You think he's injured?
Retire?
You think he's? You know how many? You know? Yeah.
Should he come back next year?
Nah, he should retire. But
he should retire.
He shouldn't retire.
He should retire that hairstyle too.
Yeah, you 100%.
That shit needs to go.
You gotta relax.
Gabby need to chill out.
Yeah, they all
for sure.
Chill out.
Gabby, we love you.
Yeah, but just take it.
Yeah, take it. Yeah, chill out. Please. Relax.
The Wade household.
But okay, so Chin, who do you have for MVPs?
In the NBA.
Yep.
Wait,
time out. Before that, shout out to Bryce Harper getting a motherfucking bag.
Oh, yeah, he's getting paid.
That nigga's getting like $300 million.
330 million over 13 years. Baseball player.
My stomach.
Bryce Williams.
Bryce Harper.
Sorry.
So
Bryce Harper, slightly darker. But yeah, MVPs.
Like top 3 or just the number?
5.
Okay, James Harden, 100% number 1.
Okay. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I will say.
Are you going to say yours?
Yeah.
Bet. Fact.
James
do you watch basketball, John?
I haven't been paying attention.
That's it. That's all I needed.
So.
That's all I need.
All right, relax.
I got it.
James Harden. I would say Paul George, number 2. I would say Giannis, number 3. Like, him and Paul George is kind of interchangeable for me.
I'm glad Giannis is so high on your list after all the shit
he has to be.
All right, bet. Keep going.
Giannis, I would say probably Steph, and then Nikola Jokic is number 5 for me.
Nikola Jokic is on your top 5?
Yeah.
Okay, he balled the other night.
He has the most double-doubles in the A right now. He's like, their team is actually like respecting themselves.
Yeah. Briss.
Giannis is number 1.
Facts.
That's craziness.
Giannis, and I think Giannis at this point is clearly number 1.
Why is it clear?
Clearly.
I think he's clearly number 1. I actually had a conversation with my friend about this the other day. I think he's clearly number 1.
But how is it clear?
We'll get to that later. James Harden is number 2. I'll say Paul George is number 3. I'll say Jokic is number 4. And for some reason, I feel like KD's gonna make a last minute run, and then he'll be number 5
for the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna basically copy your list. Giannis number 1. I'll say Paul George number 2. Then Harden, Jokic, and then I'm gonna give the 5 spot to I'm gonna have to say Curry. Either Curry or Curry. I'm not gonna say Westbrook.
Hell no. Joel Embiid before that nigga Westbrook.
Yeah.
For MVP.
So I think yeah.
That's
That's
fair.
it. But yeah, Giannis definitely because my nigga they were like I think a 5th seed last season. And I think they're 2nd or 1st actually.
They're first in the
They're 1st. And it was 5th last season. For sure he's MVP. For sure. And he's having a break. Like this is his best season so far. He has a little bit.
Everything else has been very mediocre except for last year.
I'll give you my reasoning that I told my friend was, I feel like in my personal opinion, in order to be an MVP, you have to not only have personal accomplishments and achievements for yourself, but you have to shape not only your team, but shape how the NBA is seen in the light of you. So like, I feel like Giannis, the fact that he was chosen as the captain for the All-Star team says something. It says something. Like, it doesn't matter if LeBron's in the West, like, so he's like the quote-unquote automatic choice. Like, James Harden is clearly playing better than LeBron. So, like, why couldn't there be a switch? Although LeBron is like the face of the NBA still, I guess. But like, I feel like in the face.
You know why? You know, it's because he's I think he's either the president or the vice president of the Players Association.
He's not. He's neither. It's Chris Paul.
So then he's the president,
I believe. Chris Paul is the president. I think D Wade is like one of the second guys.
Well, you know that LeBron, like,
but
ESPN loves LeBron.
Yeah,
so I mean,
okay,
well,
but
the NBA loves
James
LeBron.
Harden won MVP last year, and he wasn't selected as a captain for that joint. It was Steph and LeBron. That shit is a popularity thing. Giannis is the most popular name in the NBA today. You feel me? So, like, that shit is a popularity thing.
Now, back to my point again. I feel like you also just have to shape how the NBA sees
that nigga's unstoppable.
You and your team. Like, yeah, like he just said, Giannis is literally unstoppable at this point.
He's unstoppable.
To, like, any team that goes against him. You could be taller than him. You can be stronger than him. You could do what you want. That nigga will still put up at least, like, 25 plus points and still put up, like, 9 plus rebounds and still dominate in the paint. Like, you cannot stop him. James Harden.
He's getting a little bit of a jump shot.
He's still. James Harden just broke his streak of however many 30
point plus
with
games
how many free throws
the ball still has to go in the bucket.
I feel you, but the
way
way this nigga be getting his points
I understand that.
I get it, but at the line you still have to make.
I agree.
And even without the free throws, he's still
this nigga be traveling. All right, man, you got it.
Go ahead.
I want to change actually Steph Curry. I want to put Kawhi Leonard. Continue.
I don't think he has been playing that well this year.
When he plays, they've been doing well without him.
Like,
but
they only lost maybe 2 games without him.
But okay.
And
I'm still gonna put him though. They're gonna get him MVP.
I just think that, and there also has to be some sort of improvement factor as well. I think that James Harden has pretty much stayed consistent from, like, the past couple. Yeah, but there's been a clear improvement, I feel, from Giannis last year to Giannis this year. Like, Giannis is like actually that guy this year.
Do you think it's just him that's the improvement on the team?
But
like, he's the reason why the team is doing so well?
No, they have a good coach.
You don't think the coach has anything to do with
that?
They have
a good
you don't
coach.
Think any
but
bench?
Go ahead.
But I think that's also a reflection of why he should be an MVP, because, you know, you can have a good coach, right? Your team can improve, but if you also exponentially improve,
like your own stats,
like you exponentially improving,
that's
which
MVP.
also, like, reflects how your team does, like, your team chemistry, your team performance, like, your outward appeal, all of that kind of stuff, and you still maintain, like, a dominance over all these other teams. I feel like you can't do anything but be an MVP to me. Like, obviously, James Harden, not knocking him any way. Like, he's an excellent player. His streak was great. Like, no harm, no foul to him. But I feel as though what Giannis shows me is what an MVP should be, which is exponential growth, individually, team, and outward-wise. And that's from last year to this year, and also just this year versus everybody else, one, that plays his position, and two, just everybody else in the NBA.
Okay, so I'm gonna read off Giannis's numbers from last year and this year. Last year he averaged 26.9 points a game, 3 turnovers a game, 1.4 block shots, 1.5 steals a game, 4.8 assists, and 10 rebounds a game. This year he's averaging 27 points. He's averaging 1.5 blocks, 1.4 steals, 6 assists, and 12.6 rebounds.
Now.
You said exponential growth.
Now, would you know that had you not looked it up?
Yeah, because I watched him play last year, and I know his numbers. And I know that his numbers this year... Okay, go ahead.
You would know, based on his performance, individually and team-wise, how he leads his team, that he's not better than he was last year.
I feel like it's more than just him, because everybody else around him is playing well too, because he's literally putting up the same numbers that he did last year.
So
it's just the parts around him are doing well. They have an actual coach, Like, you feel me? Niggas are knocking down shots. He can't. Him averaging or just scoring buckets or dunking on people is not really gonna win them games.
Okay,
Because it didn't win them games last year. You feel me?
So outside of James Harden going on a 30-point streak, why is he MVP?
He literally is playing before Chris Paul came back from injury. He was literally playing with traffic cones. Like, he was playing on the team with traffic cones.
Because
nobody could create their own shots. Nobody could create their own shots. Nobody else could get their own offense. Nobody could distribute like that. You feel me? Eric Gordon, who was like the only other like quote unquote star player on their team that was healthy, was not making shots. The other PJ Tucker nigga was not making shots. Chris Paul was injured for a long amount of time.
Clint
Capella was. Yeah, and he has been, and it's not just like he was putting up like, you know, numbers to get them by. He's averaging 37 points a game and 7 assists. Like 37 points a game and 7 assists, and I believe he's shooting above 50% from the field. Don't quote me on that, but I'll look it up. But like, I think he's shooting. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and they've been winning games. It's not like he's just doing empty stats and they're losing. Like, remember when Kobe averaged like 37? Right? They're like fourth or fifth. And it's like they're winning games, and their best players aside from him have been injured for the majority of the season. Clint Capella, who's their best rim protector, their best rebounder, their best pick and roll guy, like, he's been injured for majority of the season. Same thing with Chris Paul. And he's been willing to literally, son, y'all niggas know how I feel about the way that nigga plays. But like, my eyes is telling me something different. Like, that nigga James Harden has been wilding this year. And I know like a lot of his points come at the line. I get it, but the ball still has to go in the net.
But they lost a lot of games though.
And they're still like,
can I have more players on my team? Like, it's just him. And like they're in the playoffs. You feel me? Like, they're in the playoffs.
Wait, so who's on the Rockets that's commendable to be seen as quote unquote players to like watch? So there's Harden, Chris Paul, Eric Gordon now.
Last year for sure, but like this season he's been very inconsistent.
They lost what's his name?
Trevor Ariza.
Yeah.
And who's above them in the West right now? The Warriors, the Nuggets, the Thunder. Who's on the Thunder that's commendable other than Paul George and Russell Westbrook?
Steve Adams.
He was getting bodied by Jokic the other day.
Their bench is very like athletic and strong, and they can hit shots. Like how like the Spurs were like last year and 2 years ago. Like just guys that you would never even know if you saw them walking down the street. Them niggas are very athletic and they can hit shots.
I hear you, but still Giannis. You feel me? Like, I hear you. If either of them win, I'm not mad. I'll say that. But if I could pick my MVP, it would be
Shit,
Giannis.
I'd be mad because then niggas would actually try to start telling me that Giannis is better than Kyrie or Giannis is better than what's my man name, Joel Embiid.
Why are we comparing like centers to? He's better than Joel Embiid for sure. Yes. Anybody that doesn't play more minutes than me, I'm better than.
What?
How many minutes does Joel Embiid play a game? He doesn't play more than like 25 to 30 minutes.
Son, you don't know anything.
He does. He does.
Say anything, bro.
He does.
Yes.
All right. Well, okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about another basketball player. We're gonna talk about Tristian Thompson, and his trash ass.
I actually have like the timeline.
So if
look at who's keeping the time.
Right, keeping up with the Kardashians.
I'm the insider, damn.
So if I remember correctly, so he was with Khloe Kardashian. She got pregnant sometime early last year, and then he got caught cheating on her like literally days before she gave birth or something like that.
What a king!
And then
that nigga is an idiot.
And then they were doing whatever they were doing. They ended up back together, and now somewhere around the same time period, got caught cheating again with Kylie Jenner's best friend, Jordyn Woods.
So, how long? Wait, before we talk about that, how long do you have to be friends with someone before they're your best friend?
I don't think there's a time period on it. I don't think there's a time period on it. I think there might be certain certain things that you guys go through, certain amounts of time that you spend together, certain things that you share with each other, a certain comfort level that you guys share. And I feel like, just like with any relationship, I feel like nothing should really be timed.
Yeah, but I mean, you saw Abducted in Plain Sight, so you saw what people do that get.
Do we look like Abducted in Plain Sight?
Yo, that shit can happen to anybody, but we'll talk about that later. But but I think so. From what I've read, they've been friends since 2012.
That's a decent amount of time.
That's 7 years.
That's a decent amount of time.
Okay.
That's a decent amount of time.
She was.
That's school. That's almost 2 schools that you went through.
What I didn't know is that that is 2 schools. Oh, it's almost 2 schools.
Yeah, almost 2 schools.
What I didn't know is that Kylie used to date Jaden Smith.
I thought Kylie
dated Jaden, and Jordyn and Jaden were friends.
Jordyn is Will Smith's goddaughter, I believe.
Oh, so she'll be alright.
And then
Will Smith is her.
And then I know that Justine Skye. Oh damn! Yikes, Shaq West. But Justine Skye used to date Travis Scott, and I know Kylie and Justine were really close friends as well.
Oh, so she stole. So she's mad at. Oh, come on now. You can't be mad. She can't be mad.
Look, I'm gonna keep it a stack, bro. I just wish niggas would stop caring about stuff like this.
I was just about to say, like, I genuinely don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, just because we're talking about it doesn't mean we care. I mean, it's
Fair enough.
entertaining.
It just happened.
And the jokes are fucking funny.
Yeah, that's
like,
why. That's the only reason why I brought it up.
He's
Like, so we can make jokes at Tristian Thompson.
jokes are funny.
Actually, at Chloe's.
No funny shit though. Like you, like she either no, not even either. Because I know all of this shit is for like attention and publicity. But like she just appears to be like a dumb broad, bro. Like
Who?
Chloe, like fam. First of all, she went and cuffed one of the most C-list NBA basketball players in the league.
She was with James Harden at one point.
Stick with it.
Nah, James Harden left her.
Yeah, but she should have tried to get him back. But
she should have played harder.
exactly. That was
She should have played harder.
But yeah, you feel me?
Boo.
And she got with him when his baby mom's was pregnant. She knew that, and then she wants to get mad that while she's pregnant, he cheats on her. This nigga's an NBA basketball player, son, a young one at that. You have mad money. You're going to get mad bitches. Like, he's not an ugly dude, and even if he was, he has mad money. Like, and he's a ball player. So it's like, son, you can't.
So because people have money, they should just have okay, you have money, you can cheat now. Like,
nah, but you should be able to
That's
expect.
what that sounded like.
Yeah, it should. You should be like, you should
She
expect.
should know
you
what
should
she's
expect-
getting herself
come
into.
on.
I
And it's
understand
like,
that, but
yeah.
that's not fair though.
Why is it not fair
That's
that
not fair.
when you were with he was with another woman,
No,
you wanted to go and jump like
that's another. So I'm talking about the fact that you said because he has money, because he's young, because he's an NBA player, you should just expect him to cheat on you and just be okay with that.
And
That's what you said.
And I meant it.
She just needs to start dating broke dudes. That's what it is.
And then when the broke dude cheats on her, then what?
it's just
Then
It's time to be alone.
It's
then
you,
there might be
sweetheart.
something wrong with the boom boom. There might be something wrong with it. Because anybody that's broke ain't leaving that Kardashian situation for shit.
So what I heard was that Jordyn was actually living with Kylie
Yeah, in the guest house.
in the guest house, and now she's living with her mom and her sister.
That's what I heard.
So if
in their
so
only
so
house.
alright, so this is what I wanted to ask you guys
She
too.
is
If
fire.
She's fired now
Now.
because she got her teeth fixed.
What did she look like before the teeth?
she was mad big.
That's fine with me.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. if this is why I wanted to say this, because if you see the pictures of her before and you see her now,
Jordyn was before the fame.
so if you, all right, John,
What's up?
say hypothetically, Zio was like, yo, Johnny B, I want some bigger boobs. Pay for them shits. You pay for them shits, right?
Absolutely.
You always keep the receipt.
I
You
nodded-
always keep the
I
receipt.
nodded my head.
Bet.
No,
Bet.
I had to. Yeah.
You pay for them shits.
Yeah, of
God
course.
forbid, knock on wood.
That's funny. That's hilarious. Chick.
Oh, son.
Yo,
That's her
wild.
before. She
I'm
look,
glad you
that's
looked
what her
up
teeth-
Jordyn
that's what her
Woods
teeth
before the
look
fame.
Son, she looked Nigerian though, so it's all good.
That's crazy.
Anyway,
So you're saying like
you buy her titties and then God forbid
we split up.
Can you return the titties?
You better give me the bread.
I mean, it depends on how petty I want to be.
I'm returning the titties.
Kris Jenner will make you.
Return the titties? So she got to return her body?
Kris Jenner is a mastermind.
Oh, she got hips too?
Yeah, she got a
Oh, nah.
She got a little bunk.
Oh, no, I'm rolling, bro. Y'all tripping.
Before the fame.
This is in the interlude. This was like an interlude. This was an interlude because that was the Life of Pablo era.
That was the Jordyn interlude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jordyn
you got to
interlude.
see her now. Like,
Oh, no,
She's
she's amazing now.
She looks great.
shout out to Kylie.
She doing
Yeah, nah. I mean,
Shout out to Kris.
there's certain things that like you obviously can't take back. Like I'm taking these implants with me.
Yes.
Like, no, you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Obviously, you can't do that. But
And I know she's about to go on Red Table Talk to apparently talk about this shit.
Speaking of Red Table Talk,
I heard she wasn't allowed to release that, or that they're not allowed to release her interview or something like that.
Oh, NDA contracts.
Yeah, that they're not
Because
allowed.
Kris Jenner made her sign one.
that's
Yeah.
too
Mastermind.
They're not-
Mastermind.
Mastermind.
She's gonna do this interview by now because we're not gonna hear shit.
That's trash. But okay, so let's actually. I wanted to talk about the abducted in plain sight shit.
I have a
Bro,
blast.
I gotta get the only little bit of Spanish off that I know, so that way our Spanish listeners can be like,
Ah.
Ya tu sabe.
Ole.
Oh, didn't Dominican Independence Day like just
That was like
pass?
yesterday.
yesterday.
Shout
Which-
out. Okay, let's
Give me a
continue.
little Twitter.
But shout out, but let's continue.
So,
Um,
no, shout
out to all my
Dominicans.
things.
Yeah, shout out to the Dominicans. Yeah. Que lo que. Yeah, shout out to the mama huevos. You feel me? Yeah.
Mama Guebo.
I can't.
But so abducted in plain sight. Have you guys who saw it? I know
I've
Kris.
heard
saw
of
it.
this, but I haven't seen it.
Yo,
Disgusting.
white people are
Too trusting.
too trusting.
Too trusting.
This lady came into the beginning of this shit talking about, yeah, we just leave our doors open all the time. We don't have to worry about none of it. We just leave it open.
I'm going fishing with the next door neighbor for 3 days, and then you want to file a child support?
Yo, the way she just said that shit, she was like, yeah, we didn't call the cops till like 3 days later. 3 days later?
days.
You took my 12-year-old child?
You're going fishing.
Fishing? No, it was horseback riding.
Horseback riding. The horses are sleeping at night. No.
For 3 days, bro. Then they was talking about
Red Dead
aliens.
Redemption?
Oh, man, this shit was crazy, bro. They started talking like, he made her believe that she was an alien.
Okay.
And that the only way that she can be free and the world won't blow up is if she has sex with the man who's 40. She's 12. He's 40. You have to have sex and have a baby by him by the time you're 16. And she was saying like, oh, he would only like poke only the tip in. So she said she'll never forget this. Like he would only poke the tip in. Like, so, like, but he would always make sure that I'm enjoying it just as much as him.
So he said he would only put the tip. Yo, high school was crazy.
This nigga is 40.
She's 12.
She's 12.
Yo.
Yo, indeed. Yeah, nigga.
What the fuck y'all niggas kept watching that shit for?
And
What-
imagine she got
prompted you to
abducted
watch
twice. She got abducted twice.
Three times.
What prompted you?
She
to watch
abducted
this-
herself
this
the third
show,
time.
This
Yeah, she
program?
technically did.
Netflix.
Was it Netflix.
It was on
Just-
Netflix, yeah. So that's not even the worst part though.
Okay.
The worst part is that this man done fucked the whole family.
That's bonkers. I think I heard about this. Please continue.
He fucked the moms.
I heard that.
He got sweet on the moms and got that coochie.
Okay.
And then got the dad to give him a hand job in the car because he said that he was having relational and sexual issues with his wife.
Bro, he said, yo, I just
need some relief.
Bob, I just need some relief. Yeah, just relieve me, man. And this is like, yo, we're joking like it's some high school thing. Niggas used to jerk niggas off in high school in the 70s? No, that would be the 50s. In the 50s? Yo, white America's sick. Oh, niggas, man. Jesus Christ,
very
bro. That shit
sick.
is
I
disgusting.
wish,
he,
I
like,
wish everybody
burned-
could see what my face
He,
looked like
burned
listening
the
to that
family
story just now. I
down.
wish
He
the
burned the
listeners
family
could see
store
that.
down.
Well, I mean,
did, like,
that's what he
mad
gets for,
shit.
like, owning a whole flower shop. That shit is flammable.
And he burned like the whole. I think but not only that building down, I think like
the whole block
street got burned down.
So moral of the story is lock your doors and don't let your children
hide your
go
kids,
fishing
hide
with
your
the next door
wives,
neighbor.
and hide your husbands because everybody out here.
Facts.
Word.
Facts.
Please. But to finish off this episode, I think like
we just got.
Never mind.
Sorry, a couple more things because we have there's like a lot of new music that came out.
Yes.
A lot of new music came out.
Speaking of music, I'll end with whatever.
You wanna like quickly run through?
Yeah. So did anybody listen to Offset's album?
I did.
I caught the first half of it.
Caught some of it, most of it. Like when I listened with you.
I listened
did you
to
listen
it a few
first?
times actually.
You listen?
Yeah.
Wait, did we talk about the Grammys? But that's been happening.
We did.
Anyway.
We did.
Did anyone listen to Gunna's album?
Well, what did you think of the Future album?
Future?
Because you just
Future or Offset?
I'm sorry, Offset.
Offset was cool for like the ones that I heard. I gotta listen to it again.
Okay.
Gunna was cool for the ones that I heard. I gotta listen to it again.
About like his family.
Not all of it.
What, Offset's?
Offset.
Not all of it.
The first song on there was like his ode to his children type of thing.
Ode to my seeds.
And that was interesting. I never thought I'd ever hear anybody like tell me their life story over a trap beat.
He's the best one out of all of them though. This solidifies
it. Definitely was enjoyable. It was enjoyable. I listened to it a few times. That's what
he out of all three of them, they all dropped.
Yeah,
albums.
I
had the best
never
one.
bumped any of them because like I listened to them just to see what they sound like, but I never went back to replay any of them. But I replayed Offset's a few times.
Yeah.
From
what I heard, he had the best one. Isaiah Rashad is coming out with an album.
Allegedly.
Really?
I guess he's still in TDE. I didn't know.
I told y'all.
I didn't believe it, to be honest with you. I haven't seen that nigga in years.
Am I the only person that listened to Kalani?
Yes, but I'm definitely gonna check out her new album.
Everybody was like, "Yep, you're alone here."
Wait, she dropped an album?
It's like it's like an EP.
Oh, I'm gonna check that out.
Really good.
I'm gonna check that out.
It's really, really, really good.
I'm gonna check that shit out.
Yeah, no, that's been taking up most of my headphone time.
Word.
While I'm at work, I be vibing.
Word. I definitely was holding a grudge for the last few years.
Same.
But I'm a changed man now.
Why have you been holding a grudge?
Yeah, because Kyrie's the greatest basketball player alive.
Oh, I was just always good on her. I never thought.
She had a song called "I Go Crazy" that was pretty cool too. And what's the joint? Are you down to be a distraction? That shit was hard, bro. Do you want to be?
What else came out? Music-wise?
That shit came
out. Ariana? Anybody listen to that?
I did. I enjoyed it.
She was spotted with Big Sean. She might be back with him.
Yeah, I heard that back together.
Hey man, whatever.
Listen, man.
Shame on Sean. That last song was about Sean.
Oh my god.
Her
break up with your girlfriend.
But he already broke up with Janae, like way before.
I wonder what happened to her tattoo.
She covered
Janae?
Oh yeah, she covered it with like planets
and shit,
right?
like a lotus or some bullshit. You know
she with Wale? Lotus Flower Bomb?
He's apparently coming out with an album too.
Oh word? Mm-hmm. I mean, More About Nothing 3?
I don't know what it is.
Can we get another album about
4?
I don't know what it is, but I heard he's coming out with something. And Solange is coming out with something, like I said.
That shit is gonna be crazy.
It's going to be
amazing. Did niggas?
It's actually coming out tonight.
It might come out tonight, yeah.
Yeah, midnight, they said.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did niggas see the video, or middle child? You saw the video?
Yes, I did.
I don't know. I thought that this was just a Lucy. I didn't know. I know you didn't see it. I thought it was a Lucy. I thought it was gonna be a Lucy, and he's actually putting money behind this. So I don't know what to think now. I think this song is gonna be on the Dream People album.
Yeah.
And if it is, I'll be very disappointed because it's an okay song.
I got to re-listen to the song because of the videos, and I was really paying attention to it. I really fucked with his message in the song. I do understand why everybody's kind of like meh about it. Just what he's talking about in terms of where he sees himself in between two generations. He's taking it upon himself. Nobody asked J. Cole to do this, and I know that that's probably going to be one of your responses. Nobody's asking J. Cole to bridge the gap, but what he's trying to do is bridge the gap between the older rappers that he feels like he looks up to and the younger rappers that are out making music that are popular now that he knows he's better than.
Didn't he shit on them though?
He did.
He didn't shit on
them. He shitted on like.
He didn't even shit on him.
After
he was
him
just
and Pump
spitting
sit
game.
down, like after him and
and
Pump
spit
sit
game.
down.
You can spit game and still shit on somebody, bro. He's shitting.
Yeah, but he's felt like he's really tried to listen to them and see what it is that makes them unique and why their listeners like their music. And because of him doing that on his own personal time, he stepped back from that. Like, I hate all you young cats that like rap and all this shit.
Right.
He's not on that. But I felt like
young cats.
I felt like you gotta switch it up every now and then.
Nah.
I just feel like the message in that song is dope, and I appreciated it.
Word.
I don't know. I like it.
Yo,
it's cool. That shit is just cool. It's cool.
And that's
it was
alright.
alright.
Yeah, when it comes on, it be counting me out. My pockets are getting lit.
Yo, Briss is I don't even know the words.
Making a list and I'm checking it twice. Like,
gonna find out
nice. Nice.
Yeah, no, that shit was a Christmas song. That's crazy.
I just feel like you just don't have to be that guy to do, like, literally, you don't have to be that guy.
Yeah, that's
to do
like
that.
nobody asked him to, but he's gonna take it upon himself. But I think he's a good person to do it.
And I also feel like, is he a good person to do that? I guess, because that's his MO, to be the guy to, like, give a lecture every time he's rapping. But, like, I don't...
Is that why I like his music?
Like,
yes.
I went to school for,
Preach,
like, 16 years. Like, I get it. Like, I know what lectures are about. I understand it. I listen to lyrics. I know how to compensate.
Alright, man, go ahead. Chris just get her shit off, bro.
No, I'm really dead ass. Like, I could listen to somebody just rapping about shit and be like, okay, but if I feel like you're trying to lead the Million Man March again, like, I'm not trying to do that sometimes. And I feel like the way that you do it is like...
Shut up.
What is that?
They gonna give me something they can...
It's the chorus of the song.
No, it's not. I'm just saying anything.
I thought that was on For Your Eyes Only.
No, it's on that song.
Yeah, that For Your Eyes
That
Only.
melody.
Classic.
But
I put me to sleep.
all right. I think we've spoken about almost everything.
No, we have not, because speaking of music, I guess Jussie.
Yeah, so we spoke about Jussie a little bit.
did.
And actually, I want to retract everything that I said that episode, because we felt like mad bad for him because we didn't know enough information. And this is the last time I will ever come here without all the information.
Well, nobody had all the information at that time either.
Yeah, but I will not speak on something until I know all the information.
But I feel like now we don't even know all of the information. I feel like
I know more than I know enough to make an opinion.
I feel like there's too much information now. Like, all of the stuff that's been coming out, it seemed like there was like 3 headlines every day with changing stories. All I know now is that this guy is in jail for apparently falsifying...
With R. Kelly.
With R. Kelly.
Yeah. Which, wow.
No, actually, R. Kelly's out of jail. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
He posted bail.
That's another
Someone
fucking
posted
thing. Damn. But, he's in jail for apparently falsifying a report to the police.
No. He's in jail for sending a threatening letter through the mail.
To who?
To himself. Well, no, to himself and then to the news station.
What kind of threatening letter?
A letter with anthrax. It had
crushed Tylenol.
like crushed Tylenol, but they said it was like anthrax.
What? Okay.
He went above and beyond.
And I know
Yo, man, Jussie, what the fuck? Why? How dare you come and bring my Nigerian brothers into this nonsense that you're doing, man?
But apparently I heard that the checks that they were given were checks for personal training sessions for whatever.
Yeah,
and they had the check report and they had all of the tax logs.
You know what I think? I honestly think that one of those Nigerian men is his lover.
Yeah, they already said that.
Oh, they said that?
That the police observed that one of them...
We're dealing with the Chicago Police Department?
Yeah.
So, I mean, right now, we're kind of at like a teeter-totter kind of...
I mean, they also have nothing to gain. I mean, like, we
if you had a noose around your neck, you're taking that shit all the way home with you?
You're going to leave it around your neck?
I'm not Jussie.
I feel you, but I'm asking you, bro.
But you, as a sane individual, you were just attacked by people.
What kind of
They put a rope around your neck. Would you leave that rope?
I don't
dangling
think.
From your
I don't
neck
think
as
white
soon as
people.
The altercation was over.
I don't think white people out here just wasting bleach like that either.
You'd be surprised.
They love their bleach.
They do
Don't
that
they?
in London a lot.
They throw bleach on black people.
Yeah, but they hate black people a little bit more than they love bleach.
Okay, maybe, but I don't.
I don't know.
They love them some bleach. I ain't gonna lie. They love them some bleach, but yeah, no, I don't believe anything he's saying.
I don't believe anything anyone is saying because there's been a very long.
Brought my Nigerian brothers into
There's
this
been a
shit,
very
man.
long distrusting line of history with the Chicago Police Department, aka his fellow former brother in jail, R. Kelly.
I agree. I totally agree. But the nigga sent a letter to himself, and they found the magazines of the cutouts in one of the African in one of the Nigerian
I didn't know
cribs.
any of this. That's new to me.
Yeah, no, they found a ton.
They have a lot of evidence. Yeah, no, it's all that shit is
because that's the reason why
fake.
You know, like everybody's been like, oh yeah, but it's Chicago PD. Granted.
No, yeah, for sure.
But the only difference here between this situation and other situations with Chicago PD is that Chicago PD is not trying to save themselves from anything. Yeah. They're not trying to cover up somebody's murder. They're not trying to save
that's
any
what
officer.
Usually, that's what he's usually about.
They're not trying to save any officer from anything. They're literally just assessing what the fuck happened. Mm-hmm. So
they're actually doing their job.
So that's the only reason why we're just like, yo, Chicago PD has literally no reason to sabotage anything in this situation because it's not like they gain anything from it. They don't. So if this was a situation where the police was involved and Jussie was saying maybe he was attacked by Chicago police or saying, then we would see a completely different response from Chicago. Right. But that's the reason why I think he's bullshitting. He's bullshitting through his teeth. He's just trying to get sympathy. His plan backfired on him terribly because he's a horrible planner and he didn't plan this out because he's obviously never committed a crime before.
Watching that video of him on Good Morning America.
Hilarious. Man, that crying interview.
Hey.
Everybody was like, yo, he deserves an Oscar for that interview.
Nah, facts.
That's really just a slap in the face for people who actually go through that shit.
Yeah, it sucks. You know, we were talking about a bunch of stuff.
Nigga had a noose around his neck and was eating Subway. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
But also, I guess
Subway of all things. It's just fucking disgusting.
I like Subway.
Subway.
I like Subway too, but like
alright, Subway or Blimpies?
Subway.
Jeez, Jehovah-Jireh.
Yeah,
Subway.
Listen, all I'm eating is bread and vegetables from either place, so.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't have too much.
Have you guys had Jersey Mike's?
Yeah.
Subway Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's.
Alright, now we're talking.
But anyway, now back to his former. His former Chicago jailmate.
I'm not eating D meat, nigga.
Whatever. His former Chicago PD jailmate R. Kelly.
Pause.
He was arrested for 10 counts of aggravated sexual abuse, I believe, child sexual abuse or sexual abuse. I'm not sure.
Basically, they got videos of this nigga.
Yeah, they got videos of this guy. He is facing 70 years in jail. But his bail was $1 million, I believe. But then he got bailed out.
Wasn't it 100,000?
I thought it was $1 million, but I know
however much it was, he wasn't able to bail himself out.
He wasn't able to pay it, but I know he recently got bailed out by some lady in Chicago who's actually a daycare worker, which is fucking crazy. I think her name is Valentina or something. I'm not sure.
Yo, niggas love R. Kelly this way. Boondocks told us, man.
And it's crazy because I think this time, if he doesn't get convicted, then everything's just fucked up. Because I mean, now, like before you had proof, but now like it's hard to not. It's one not proof and two, it's hard to beat a case twice.
Of course.
So.
There's already evidence against. I mean, they can't use any of that from the previous case.
Yeah, double jeopardy, but
you know.
Well, double jeopardy.
And
he was.
But there's definitely plenty of evidence to convict him on.
Like the transcripts of all of the videos that the lawyer or whoever it was took in, like all of the stuff that he was saying is fucking sick. Like, and this is obviously stuff that, you know, people knew from back then. But like I said, it's hard to beat a case twice. So if jail time is what he has to serve, jail time is obviously what he deserves. Because it's sick behavior, like 100%. And I mean, it's crazy that he got off the first time, but hey, whatever. But it's crazy that a fucking daycare owner.
Yeah, that's disgusting. That is disgusting. Yeah. I want to give a big shout out. Do you guys remember an actress, Selma Blair?
Nope.
No.
Oh yeah, she was in
I forgot what movie.
She was in Legally Blonde.
Yes, she was.
She was the dark-haired girl in Legally Blonde. I if you've seen.
Yeah, she just came out saying that she has multiple sclerosis.
Oh wow, that sucks.
Yeah,
and she was recently on the Oscars red carpet with her cane and everything.
Yeah.
Looking beautiful, but I mean to stand up and give your announcement that you have MS and to stand and be able to present yourself as flawlessly as she did. Shout out to her because that takes a lot of courage. First of all,
Oh, this is Shorty. That. Yeah, she was in that joint.
Yeah. To be able to like disclose anything like that to the public is crazy.
Yeah, it's rough. That's not easy.
Yeah, especially something
that people can visibly see.
And something that you can potentially die from.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, so prayers to her.
Yeah.
Right now.
But with that, I believe that is going to wrap up this week's show. It was a good one. We had a lot to talk about, and I feel like a lot of the stuff we didn't even get to. It was so long.
Yeah, there's mad other shit.
A lot of catching up to do.
We will get to it eventually if it's still on our minds and still relevant, or any of us still care about it. Because sometimes that's the last one.
Yeah.
But everybody has any announcements? Anything coming up?
New music dropping soon. At EastCoastWorld.
I mean, by the time this comes out, it'll drop. It'll have dropped.
Yeah.
So go listen to that.
Go listen to that EastCoastWorld on Instagram. You feel me? SoundCloud, all of that soon to be on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal. You know what I'm saying? Yahoo Music.
LimeWire.
All that. FrostWire, whichever
Amazon
one.
Music.
MySpace Music.
Google Play, Napster.
All that. Viperio.
Carrier Pigeon.
Definitely
A-Track.
Dat Piff.
He ain't got the A-Track joint yet.
He's damn.
Facts.
Anything from you, Matt?
Yeah. Music video. By the time this comes out, I would have dropped my second music video for Blunt. Shout out to Aspire Films and shout out to LJ the Alien. We out here. New music coming soon. Hopefully, within the next 2 months, we'll drop my first project.
Yes, go.
Can't wait.
Thank you.
For you, Mr. John.
Let's do it. Nah, nothing new.
You just know where to get your haircuts at.
You know exactly where to go.
Dave's Barbershop. Dave still owes Mackie money, though, for all his promotion.
I wasn't gonna.
This nigga came in with the Dave shirt on, but didn't come for all of us with the Dave shirt.
Listen,
what up, Dave?
Listen, man, shirts is coming.
Nah, Dave, I'm talking to you, Dave. Wear my shirt. I want the shirt.
Shout out to Dave, man.
I got you.
I don't shout him out. He ain't giving my shirt.
We're gonna get you a shirt. You gotta come back to the barbershop and show love.
And show love?
Show love. You don't have to come get a haircut. Just come through. Chill.
Show love?
Show some love.
He's also planning a wedding now. So that's cool.
Yeah. I'm going to wear my Dave shirt to the wedding, for sure.
Oh, okay. And for the record, I'm not with the whole ultra extravagant wedding ordeal thing. It's going to be nice. It's going to be simple. And it's going to be the people that matter. And that's it. That's how I roll. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, dog.
Nah, I'm saying
it's not gonna. I don't like displaying wealth that you don't have. I don't like that concept.
Also, you're not trying to be a rapper, but you was trying to get into the studio.
100%.
That's cool. I didn't say I was gonna talk about money in the studio.
That's a good point.
But who said you have to talk about money?
I feel like this is getting personal.
Yeah, so that's been Do Not Disturb.
Yeah,
oh wait, hold on. You don't have any announcements?
No,
nothing?
my announcement has already been done. I don't have an event anymore right now, so just be on the lookout for whenever the next one is. So thank you guys for listening, and we're out, guys. Bye.
Wait, hold on. You didn't shout out I'm sorry, you didn't say follow us on this, follow us on that.
Follow us on Twitter at DND Podcast _. Follow us on Instagram at Do Not Disturb Podcast. Follow us on SoundCloud at Do Not Disturb Podcast. You can follow us on Apple Podcasts at Do Not Disturb Podcast. Just subscribe, don't follow.
Facebook.
You can follow us on Facebook at Do Not Disturb Podcast. If if you want to know what it is, it's just 4 people looking up at something that says "Do not disturb." So you can't really miss us that much. You can't miss it. But with that being said, officially, thank you guys for listening, and we're out.
Driving on 287 and it's 6 a.m. I'm trying to catch a bad bitch and fuck some of her friends. And you could come with the win. Ain't trying to do nothing but win, but the loss in my mind comes again and again. Is it a sin that we just love so much? Trying to pack all of my problems and roll up in a Dutch. I be cat talking, you know vagina monologuing. Okay. My fluid movement sparks more problems with your truest. Your Judas, my view is blacker than the sky at night. That's why the cops light us up rather than make us bright. It's truer to the most extreme. Can't have the ultralight without supporting the beams. Dreams are hard to come by. Easy to stick 'em up and let your gun fly. It's about where the sun lay. Yeah, we talking about NJ. And these nights hit harder than most AKs. Blessing enemies with my energy. Wild almost coming, so hit us with some empathy. If 28's a roll and we just pushing to infinity. And if this where the sin is big, guess we gon' find some synergy. And you should find some sympathy for a real nigga. Pushing the 9 to 5, going home instead of killing. Retaining the pain, knowing he's a slave paves the way for those who are set in blame. I strain in ways just to improve the grain. Only you can tame who playing the Lions game. I go down on your mom like I'm a pool boy. I'm too coy against the odds like 2-4. Truly yours on some cold world shit. I puff past till I'm out in orbit. I score quick, getting to the point like Dragic. I'm on it so we gon' come off from projects. Going into space just to make the stars lit. I bomb shit coming off like a prophet. I'm on it, juxtaposed to look opposed. Jiggy niggas keep it open while you keep it closed. And we doing something different. O&Mo in the truth, we flowing in the rhythm. Yeah, we flowing in the rhythm. And we doing something different. O&Mo in the truth, we flowing in the rhythm. Yeah, we flowing in the rhythm. Going into space just to make the stars lit. I bomb shit coming off like the prophet. I'm on it, juxtaposed to look